engine's tilted.
Last week we were about to set sail from Bonaire when we discovered that our engine mounting bolts had completely sheared and our engine was sitting angled on its side. It took a few days, some drilling, a broken easy out, a lot of cursing that we had to edit out, some more drilling, then remounting and testing, and we were finally back underway, where we motored in flat, glassy conditions to Aruba. Oh, and we caught a marlin on the way.
Wow. He's gorgeous.
Understood. Proceed and welcome to the island.
Hey, puppy. What you doing? Hi there. Come on. We're here to check in.
I have your passport. I need your outfit and registration of the ship.
Sure. Immigration is done. Now we just gotta go through customs. Just here to check in.
You guys checking in or checking out?
Checking in.
That's a pretty tight one.
Could be tidier.
Trust me, we've done different vessels.
It's a mess, huh?
Don't believe me, don't give us a natural sound, buddy. Guys, we're good.
Alright. We found some surf.
Okay, last night we got all checked into Aruba. We cleared customs and then immigration, and they actually let us spend the night on their dock last night. We just had to leave first thing this morning, so we came up here, and now we're in Arashi, which is one of the surf spots. Billy is about to go in the water. I haven't decided if I'm going in yet because my ears are still not 100%, so I'm gonna film him for a little while, and then if I can find my earplugs and like a big headband that I feel will keep all of the water out, then I might go in. But there's a lot of people here. I've never been to Aruba, so I didn't know what to expect. However, we are on the northernmost tip. There isn't like a super dedicated anchorage. The main anchorage is a couple miles back. So I was kind of thinking we were gonna be here by ourselves, but there's like 6 cats down the way a little bit. There's like 6 charter boats, and then there's a heck of a lot of people out in the surf lineup because I guess this is like the most well-known spot here, and it is crowded, but it's pretty. Have you surfed here before?
Nope, we've never surfed here, but when we used to come here on family vacations, like the kite surfers would always tell us that once in a while the surf would pop up here. And like they would even kite down here and like kite surf this spot. So I knew there was surf here. And I wondered if it looked like we saw a wave on the other side of the island on our way in too.
Okay, surfing's really hard to watch. I love surfing when you sit at a desk and you have surf contest on in the background. However, being on a boat in beautiful blue water, watching surfing when you're not surfing is not fun. So, we got some earplugs. We got a hat to keep them on there. I think high school me would be a little embarrassed. However, also proud because we're going surfing in Aruba. Okay, see you later.
Most days for the past couple of years on the boat, and especially when we do a ton of physical activity like surfing or working out or whatever, we've been drinking this Element electrolyte drink mix, and today they're this video sponsor. We notice a considerable difference in how we feel when adding Element to our water, especially after exercise or, like I said, a lot of physical activity. It's even more beneficial to us because almost 100% of our water is reverse osmosis water. So in that reverse osmosis process, almost all of the salts and minerals get stripped out of the water, and it's important for us to supplement them back into our diet, and Element is awesome for doing that. Element has zero sugar and no other artificial colors or fillers or other questionable ingredients, which is really important for us. Element contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, which is ideal for anyone focusing on health, hydration, performance, or simply trying to put minerals back into their water. Element can help fight the effects of dehydration like headaches, fatigue, even muscle cramping. To try Element for yourself, visit drinkelement.com/Tula and also get a free sample pack of Element with any purchase. Check out Element's new product, Element Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. Element has a no questions asked refund policy, so you can try it risk-free and you can feel the difference proper hydration makes with Element. And now it's time to go find out where we're gonna anchor for tonight. So we were hoping to get fuel in here so that we'd be fueled up, and then the only thing we'd have to do is check out and then we'd be ready to go. But fuel dock was closed. I don't even know if that was diesel actually. We didn't, I could have smelt the nozzle. They only had one pump. But anyway, they were closed, so we're gonna have to get fuel tomorrow morning and check out, and then we're off. So hopefully by like 10 or 11 we're underway. I was telling you guys a story before on our way here about learning to sail on a day charter here, and that's the boat right there, the red boat called Tranquilo. I'm pretty sure the guy's name is Anthony, the captain and owner. We didn't really get to do anything here, but we did get to surf this morning, and that's better than anything, especially in touristy places. Go to Colombia.
Okay, we officially pulled up the anchor. Now we have to go get fuel since the fuel dock was closed yesterday, and then we have to check out, and then we can be on our way to Colombia. Lots of processes first.
It's not really charted to get to this fuel dock, so look, we're using satellite view. It looks like we're supposed to go this way. We're just gonna go slow and feel our way in, although I'm already seeing shallow depths here. Satellite view on my phone. That's the airport right there, so those are like the runway markers or something. That'd be a little scary, like motoring by here when a plane's coming in. Alright guys, we're all checked out, just about to leave as soon as this little rain squall passes. And we are headed 380 miles to Cartagena, right? All downwind. So it should be easy.
You should learn not to say that.
So our real challenges with this trip are going to be, 380 miles, we'll plan for 3 days offshore, but hopefully it's less, like 2.5 or something. It just depends on our speed. And some of the challenges are, I guess we'll just have to kind of want to stay away from mainland Venezuela and probably even mainland Colombia for at least a bit until we start approaching Cartagena at the end. We're also going to be facing some light winds. We're in the trade winds, and I think today, we'll have a decent breeze, but I think there's a chance that it could get pretty light. There's also a chance it could be windier than expected, so that'd actually be nice because then we'd have a solid like 15 to 20 knots or whatever. But there might be some motoring, especially at the end of the trip. We're going to try to sail as much as possible. And then the last big challenge is there's a big old river, River Magdalena, I believe it's called, in Colombia. And that river can flow really strong, and is that us?
Yeah, but where's it coming from?
That was weird. I didn't recognize that beep. Just what you want to hear when we're going offshore for 3 days. That strange noise. Oh, maybe it's not us.
It's my phone.
Oh, it is? Maybe it's about to catch on fire. Anyway, we have to worry about this River Magdalena. It can flow really strong, and it can like expel a ton of debris out into the Caribbean Sea. So it says you definitely want to pass the mouth of the river in daylight hours or stay well offshore. And honestly, I think at this point, we're just going to play it by ear. I think we're going to, as we start to get close, we'll either decide to slow it, like if we're going to pass it at night, we'll either try to slow down so that or speed up if we can, but probably try to slow down so that we can pass during the day and just watch out for debris, or we'll just stay well offshore.
Other stuff about this sail is there's weird counter currents, there's crazy wind because there's the tallest coastal mountain range. Did you learn about all this, Mr. This is going to be
Yeah, but I mean it just accelerates the normal trade winds, right?
And exemplifies
Exagerates.
The swell. Exaggerates the swell. Makes the swell bigger.
So we'll see what we get out there, but what do you want to do? You want to we'll raise the main.
No, let's just get off the dock.
Yeah, but we should raise it in this protected water in here. No?
I mean, it's super cold.
Alright. We can unzip and at least get it ready on our way out. And then, but we'll put up probably full main to begin with, as long as the wind is in check, and then we'll get on our course and we'll see what our angle is, whether we should fly the spinnaker or the screecher today. As night comes, we'll probably put a reef in the main or two, and then just do whatever. See what the angle is and the strength. Sound good? Okay. Such cool boats. Can you undo the reef lines on the other side? All right, we got the spinnaker up, we got the full main up. We're cruising along kind of slow. 4.5 to 5 knots boat speed. But it looks like we got a knot of current with us, which is really nice. I think we'll probably have current most of the way with us. I don't know if it'll be a knot the whole time. A little bit shifty winds. It's between 10 and 13 knots up and down and kind of shifting back and forth a little bit. At least we're sailing. So we're still averaging like 5 to 6 knots over ground, which is good with the current. So yeah, hopefully that'll still put us inside that River Magdalena in daylight, and if not, I guess we'll just have to bump it up at some point, maybe just turn an engine on and try to keep our speed up. But for now, we're just sailing, and yeah, I think it's time to get some lures out in the water. See if we catch a fish. Our go-to, probably most productive, consistently most productive lure we've ever had, the good old cedar plug. We almost always have this thing out. I think I bring it in if the speed starts to get up a lot. I think I'm gonna do that a little bit more. I think that once we get up above 6 knots, I think we're probably better off with other stuff. So right now, this is perfect speed for this thing. This is a hand line I set up just as something that kind of stays close to the boat, and it's super heavy duty, so I feel like this is something we could just have out like no matter what. Like if conditions are rough and we don't really feel like reeling in a fish or whatever, like just throw this thing out, and if we get something, it's not gonna break it. I don't know, and we could just take our time and like pull it in. It's pretty simple. This is like a 200-pound test mono, and then this monster bungee, and then this is like a Dyneema, and there's a whole bunch of Dyneema in here, so this can stretch out to like, oh, this is only 3 feet long maybe, but it can stretch out to like maybe like 15 feet before it gets tight on the Dyneema. I don't know, maybe we'll try this thing on here this time. A little squid chain. And on the last one, I guess we'll go this guy. We haven't used this one in a long time. And it's looking really beat up and ratty, but our friend Michael, who was just here in Bonaire, who's been fishing his whole life, says that he believes that like the more beat up they look, the more bite marks they have and missing things, whatever, the better they do. So we'll see how this one does. Probably won't have any feathers left by the time we pull it in.
Okay guys, it is night number 1, hopefully only of 2, but maybe of 3, on our way to Colombia. Cross your fingers. It is calm and constant, so I don't have to do any sail changes. And no storms, even though there's been so many thunderstorms off the coast of Venezuela and Colombia this past like 3 weeks. I've been watching it on the radar. So hopefully that's all gone. And it's really smooth and really easy, because that's what I'm looking for. Billy is sleeping. We're doing watches from, I started at 6, I go 5 hours, so 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, and then Billy will start at 11. My whole first hour, I really try not to like read a book or watch anything. I try to just like eat, brush my teeth, do all like those things to like kill an hour, and then I only have 4 hours to go. And then I downloaded a bunch of shows from Netflix, so hopefully I just have to watch 4 shows and we're done, and then I can go to sleep. Took Dramamine this morning, so I was out like all day today, and now I'm wide awake, so at least that's good. We have a big tanker behind us that is anchored. We have one sailboat between us and Venezuela, and then we have one sailboat like 20 miles behind us. A couple videos ago you saw that we went to the islands off of Venezuela, and we recommended it. It was super cool. This sail we have to go right along the coast of mainland Venezuela, and we are trying not to get too close to mainland, because islands off the coast and mainland Venezuela are like 2 totally different things. So just trying to make sure we're off a little bit, but it is really nice to know that we have 2 sailboats right by us. Can see them intermittently on AIS, and yeah, that's what's going on. We have the screecher out. We can keep the screecher out at this angle until 20 knots. And then this is going to be us kind of trying to keep a little farther away than our route was planned, and then we'll come down. There are these 2 islands out here. I can't remember if it was this one or this one. I think it was these. And they're just little rocks like out in the middle of the ocean. And one of them has a Coast Guard station, and you can go tie up there. I wonder if we can find any pictures on Google, but it says like less than 3 boats stop a year, which is wild. And it's just a couple young Coast Guard guys that are stationed there for 30 days at a time, and there's literally nothing on the island except for the rock. And it sounds like a very brutal place to be stuck for 30 days. But we are not going to stop there. one. We're both so tired. I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again and again and again. AIS is awesome. There are so many ships out here right now, and like we're in between like a pack of 3 and a pack of 2 cargo ships, and I can just click on the button and it shows me that we're gonna pass. They're gonna pass in front of us in like a mile and a half, but like a mile and a half in the water does not look that far away, especially at night. So if we didn't have AIS, I would have had to probably wake Billy up just to be safe, make sure, I'm sure we're not gonna hit these boats, but I don't have to do that. He can sleep peacefully behind me.
All right, people, we're probably at the, 50-hour mark basically since we left Aruba. It's been relatively uneventful, which is always a good thing on a sailing passage. It's always what we plan for and what we look for. And we got to do some good sailing. We got to do some good spinnaker sailing the first day, and then even yesterday, and a little bit of motoring in between. And at night, I think we were like wing on wing with the full main and the jib, just kind of going slow, taking it easy. But this morning, actually last night, I took down the mainsail. Kind of got into some thunderstorms, like not really into them, but like right on the edge of some thunderstorms, and the wind was changing and I knew the wind was going to die anyway, so I just took all the sails down. And since then it's been super light wind. This morning we woke up and it was like glassy, and it's still kind of glassy. There's like less than 5 knots of wind, so no sailing unfortunately. But we're only 100 miles out from Cartagena, so should be there tomorrow morning. We're actually, probably 30 miles away from that river mouth right now. This whole afternoon we'll be keeping our eye out for debris, making sure we don't hit anything, especially if they had a ton of rain the past few days. That river's going to be flowing. I'm not sure if they did, I just assumed they have, because again, last night, and our friends even in Cartagena said they got the nasty thunderstorms. So who knows, but we'll keep our eye out for debris, and just keep chugging along. Probably going to be motoring the whole way in the last 100 miles, unfortunately. And no fish, unfortunately, although we haven't had the lines out all the time. I just put one back out. When we have like a multi-day passage, the first few hours are fine. The first day is fine, but then like after that first night, it's always us just kind of playing catch up on sleep. So we're doing 5 hours on, 5 hours off, and the second day we're just constantly catching up on sleep. Sierra and I say like 3 words to each other in passing, just giving each other the update for the next shift, and that's basically it. And the next person's asleep and the next person's on watch. But now getting into our third day, we get these little periods, like especially during the day, where Like I guess I'm technically off watch right now, so I could be sleeping, but like I feel rested enough to not be sleeping at the moment, but I will probably take a nap this afternoon. And because of that, a lot of times we don't feel like dealing with a fish if we catch one. If we're not like awake, ready to deal with the fish, we'll just pull the lines in. Starting to see a bunch of trash in the water too. Like that thing, whatever that is. And a bunch of ship traffic too, on and off. There's a big ship out there. I don't know if you can see it, yeah. Sierra said she saw a ton of ships last night too. And when it got light out this morning, could also start to see the mountains of Colombia. I think Sierra said this is something like the largest coastal mountain range in the world, whatever that technically means. Well, we're definitely getting very close to the mouth of where that river flows out, because there's just a ton of stuff in the water. Big logs and some big grassy things and a bunch of little like leafy debris and stuff back here. So I'm just keeping an eye out on the bow, making sure we don't hit a big log or anything like that. And the water is like brown instead of green. Definitely a few logs out here that you wouldn't want to hit at night going fast, especially. And then a lot of other little softer stuff. Well, we're passing the river now, so hopefully it just gets less and less from here on out.
Doesn't the wind just push it straight in the direction we're going?
I mean, it's been super light wind today. I don't know. See it?
Then 15 miles to go. The home stretch. I'm gonna go straight to the marina, plug in, turn on the AC, and sleep all day.
Alright, we are just entering the bay now. So apparently those markers we just went through, they're marking the opening within an underwater wall that the Spanish built way back in the day to protect the bay from like intruders or attackers or whatever, the enemy. It's like just under the surface, so you can't see the wall or anything, but it's there, and you have to go through that channel, otherwise you'll hit it. All right, people, we're here. I tried to call port control like, oh wow, submarine. I tried to call port control like 20 times. I didn't get a response. So you're supposed to do that and like ask for permission, but I didn't get any response, so we're just here. Hopefully that's okay. I don't know. And we're just coming to the marina now. Club de Pesca, Lori Sue.
Buenos días, aquí Club de Pesca. ¿Cambio?
Hola, buenos días. ¿Hablas inglés?
No, señor.
Okay, un momento.
Okay.
We are, how do you say we are,
Here, here.
Starboard bound.
We're in long sleeves. That can only mean one thing. Well, it could mean many, except for us it can only mean one thing. We're in the marina and the AC is cranking, and we have our very first guest for this holiday season arriving in a few minutes.
we are not really city people. There's a little bit of a specific circumstance here that I'll tell you about in a minute, but if it wasn't for that, we'd probably just kind of stop here maybe for a few days, maybe a week if we had work to do, like on the boat or something like that. Whatever, maybe walk around, check it out, do some provisioning, and then get out of here. But my family has agreed to meet us here in Cartagena. This was like kind of one of the spots that was easier to get to and like interesting enough for everyone to come to visit, and also had an Airbnb because my whole family can't stay on the boat at once.
Well, they could, but you won't allow it. I would love that. I think that would be hilarious. Billy makes the rules for his family, though.
Parts of my family could stay on the boat at once. Not all of them together. All of my family can stay on the boat, just not all of them together. I'm sure.
I don't make that rule.
Yeah, well, it's not your family, and I'm sure some of you guys feel the exact same way about your own family. I love my family. Again, they could all stay on the boat anytime they want, just not at the same time.
We have the room. I'll show you.
Anyway, we're gonna spend a week with them, just checking out Cartagena. We'll probably do like the tourist stuff, check out the city. The restaurants are really good and like pretty cheap here, honestly, compared to other big cities. And yeah, and we'll just enjoy it, make the best of being in a city and enjoying family time. Chris, they've been in the customs line for like an hour and a half, and he says he needs a margarita.
So Chris, Matt, and Catherine are all staying for one night, and then they're moving into the Airbnb. And Billy's mom arrives tomorrow, his dad arrives the next day, and they're all gonna stay in the Airbnb for like a week. And then after the Airbnb, Billy's dad's gonna come stay with us for a week. So we got lots of family time coming up.
Lots of family time coming up.
Oh, Jackie, let me see your paw. Where's your paw? Where's your paw? Oh, Billy. She's so cute. I miss you. She's so cute.
Smile, wave. Wave. Wave.
During our time in Cartagena, we made sure to check out all the streets of the historic old walled city. Here we found beautiful street art, Spanish colonial architecture, and so many amazing restaurants. We even got to check out the Castillo, or Castle, San Felipe de Barajas, which was built in 1639 by African slave labor under Spanish supervision and was meant to protect the city from foreign enemies.
Oh, it just keeps going, like there's dead ends. No idea.
I said when you got hit in the head with the coconut, it probably had a flashback to Chris throwing a rock at you.
No, Billy threw a rock at me.
Wait, you're the one that threw the rock?
Yeah.
Did you get upset?
I almost had to get stitches.
Why did you throw a rock at his head?
I don't know.
Get so upset.
Memories.
A coconut hit you in the head.
Because I warned her, like immediately before that, don't hit me.
But it still was a total accident.
We even got really lucky and had the perfect day to get out to the Rosario Islands.
Should I just hold these?
You know, there are a few things in life that just never get old. One of those things is being visited by a huge pod of dolphins. And I promise, the magic of seeing them will never, ever, ever fade for us, but it is one of the coolest things in the world to see other people's reactions who don't get the opportunity all the time like we do to seeing dolphin in the wild. It is something special.
Wow. That is so cool. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Wow. Oh, I'm getting tummy ticklers.
American, like what?
Like American gringos.
Okay, but do you live in Cartagena? Or?
Yes, gringos. It's a slur for a person.
I mean,
We did so many awesome things while everyone was in town, but I think dance classes might have been the biggest hit.
five, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and.
Dame la comida buena, chicharrones, papita frita. Dame un bistec de cerdo, frijoles negros, comida rica. Eso. Dame la comida buena, chicharrones, papita frita. Dame un bistec de cerdo, frijoles negros, comida rica.
Together. Arriba.
Arriba.
Abajo.
Abajo.
Al centro.
Al centro.
Y para adentro.
As you will see, the dancing stuck with us for the rest of the trip.
What are you gonna do? We got plenty. That's it? That's all you're grateful.
Oh, I'm grateful for you all.
I'm grateful it's never a dull moment. It's always happy.
Until it's not.
I'm speaking
This time.
Yeah. I'm projecting what I want it to be. So.
I don't do this very often, but I'm thankful for myself.
Woo! Go, Catherine!
Yeah. Right? Equilibrium really does seem to
Serious.
thrive. So let's keep this going. Let's try and thrive. Amen.
My
For what?
because you're being awesome and you're great. And I do want to say thank you all for surprising me and coming to this place and not even telling me you were going to be here.
Cheers.
And to top off one of the most fun family vacations, we even got to put together a little surprise combined birthday party.
It was awesome. Make a wish.
Quick.
Wow. Look at that teamwork.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And just like that, it's just us again. We had so much fun with the Sweezies. It was way too long since we saw them last. And now it's time to head to Panama.